I'm Kimberly Kistner.
And I'm Damien Mabry Wooded. And welcome to Our CAU Experience. Our CAU Experience is a show that highlights Clark Atlanta University alums who have made a mark in entrepreneurship, business, and the community.
Listen, this is a show you don't want to miss. Grab your favorite snacks, something to drink, and sit back and relax because, listen, we're doing a homecoming throwback to the 90s. My fondest memories about homecoming, man.
What's that?
Woo, those Greek step shows. Nothing
yes,
like it. Nothing
I
like
know.
it. But you know what else I liked? Coming home, because homecoming is about being with family. And did you know that some of our great families started on the campus of Clark Atlanta University?
And I had the opportunity to not just talk to the first family in Greekdom, but also one of the first couples that met their freshman year here at Clark Atlanta University, Mr. and Mrs. Lee and Robin May. Welcome home.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. So first of all, 25 years, and this still looks so cute. Oh my God. So we're supposed to be talking about the fact that this is all about Greek love. But before I can go into this Greek love, getting set up for this interview and watching you guys, so this started off on the campus of Clark Atlanta University. This love first, then connecting with the Alpha and the AKA love. We're gonna shout out this Delta first, though.
Show it to him.
I'm about to show it to him. I gotta show it to him. I gotta show it to him.
Go ahead.
Right. So tell me, how did you guys first of all end up at Clark Atlanta? I'm gonna start with the lady.
All right. So it's so funny because I had no idea where I wanted to go to school. Now, you know, all of us, and you too,
Right.
all of us watch Different World.
Yes.
We all watch
Yes,
Different
yes,
World.
yes.
So I knew I wanted to go to a historically black college. I just didn't know where. And the other thing is, I knew I wanted to get out of Dallas, Texas. That's where
Okay.
I'm from. I was like,
Okay.
I'm leaving. And so actually, my cousin attended Clark Atlanta, and then I had a really good friend who attended Spelman. And so I was waffling between the two, but I've always, well, it used to be, not anymore, honey. I used to be boy crazy. Not anymore.
Oh,
okay.
she said,
Now
no
I'm
more.
man crazy.
No more.
I'm man crazy.
Man,
right?
okay, got it.
So,
Man,
so
A-N, not,
yeah, man.
okay.
Man, not man, man.
And so that completely cut off Spelman for me. And so I applied to 3 colleges, and Clark Atlanta was my choice. And so I ended up being here. And the fact that my cousin was here, now girl, she stayed 1 semester and left. But the fact that she was here- you didn't know that?
No, I
You know
didn't.
what cousin I'm talking about? That's the quiz
okay.
we're gonna do after this.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's the Huxtable headlock.
Exactly.
Okay, sorry.
So I came to Atlanta to go to Morehouse. And
Really?
Yeah, I came here when I was
Okay.
in high school. Started high school in St. Louis, Missouri, and finished in Kansas City, Kansas. My plan was to go to Morehouse.
Okay.
Most of the men, the leaders in the city that I knew, they went to Morehouse, and ironically, they were alphas.
Ironically.
They were alphas. They gave me a scholarship to
Okay.
come down here. I applied to one school, Morehouse, and I literally applied to Clark Atlanta. One day I went to a college fair, and I went just to hang out with my boys because they were still applying. I knew where I was going. I was going to Morehouse.
Okay.
Clark Atlanta's table was right next to Morehouse. And I said, well, okay, if Morehouse doesn't work out, I at least need a runner-up or something. Yeah, exactly. That was my mindset. It was crazy, right?
We would've runner
I was
up.
17. I was
Okay,
17.
it's okay.
So many things change. Keep
I
telling
Right,
me.
applied, I applied to Clark Atlanta, got accepted to both Morehouse and Clark Atlanta.
Okay.
Morehouse only offered me a partial scholarship.
Wow.
And I was offended because I'mLee May. Like,
Girl, you see
The
what
offense.
Do you
No.
see what I live
The
with?
offense
I
happened.
called Morehouse and
Oh
told
God,
them
no, I
that.
didn't know that part, baby.
Excuse you?
Yeah, I was like, thank you, but, can I tell you about myself?
Right.
And,
I am Lee
I
May.
said, okay.
Okay.
Literally
Shame.
a couple of weeks at the most, I received a letter from Clark Atlanta offering me a full ride.
Because they knew who Lee May was.
So I had a decision to make.
Oh my God.
I had a decision to make. Morehouse is where I was going. Clark Atlanta gave me the money, and that, and I had a conversation with my parents. They said, go where you feel led. I didn't want to put that burden on my parents because
Right.
they're a preacher and teacher, and chose Clark Atlanta, the best decision
I love
I
it.
could have made in my life.
I love
Literally.
it.
The
I
trajectory
love
of my life been because of that initial decision. Hands
Wow.
down.
I love
Hands
it.
down.
So we get to Clark Atlanta University. We're separate. We
Yeah.
came from Texas and we come from Missouri.
Yeah.
And all of
Yeah.
a sudden we walk on the hallowed grounds
Absolutely.
Right out there.
right out there. And then do we see each other across a crowded
Who's gonna tell the
promenade?
Well, you tell it, I'll fix it.
story? Okay.
All right,
Okay.
You tell
Okay.
it, I'll fix it.
So I was minding my own business.
Okay.
That's how I started. So I was minding my own business. No, really. So we get to Clark Atlanta. You know, I'm staying in Pfeiffer Hall.
Okay.
He's staying in Brawley Hall. Now,
Rest in peace, Brawley Hall.
Yes.
All my dorms have been torn down.
Is Pfeiffer still there? Pfeiffer is
It's a building still,
it's the building.
but it's still a building.
Okay. At least it's still a building. Okay, so
It's a
anyway,
building.
so the new school folks don't understand. Us old school folks know that Pfeiffer and Brawley were right there together, right?
Right.
And so we used to all hang out on the stoop right between Pfeiffer and Brawley. And so we would hang out there. And back then, people don't know this about Lee who know Lee now. Well, maybe they do. He was real hyper. And so he was jumping around, just acting real crazy. And I'm a church girl, been a church girl my whole life. And so I was like, sir, settle down. You're doing too much.
Settle your
I was like,
spirit.
settle down. You're doing too much.
And as she's telling me to settle down, she has a Jesus t-shirt on.
yeah.
A,
It's so-
a, a, a
Okay.
yellow and black. It says Jesus
We weren't
all
gonna
over.
say
Jesus.
that part.
All over. Jesus.
No,
I was like, oh,
no,
okay.
it had hallelujah. It had
Oh, okay. So I put her in this corner. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, you're the Jesus girl.
You're the
You'll be
Jesus
my
girl.
Jesus friend.
Okay, amen. We'll pray together.
Okay.
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 I'm so sick. Okay, so anyway, let's make a long story short. We got to know each other as friends. We were just friends.
Okay.
And we ended up having the same circle of friends. And I'm gonna keep it all the way real. So I have an older sister who taught me that you don't pursue a guy. If you're interested in a guy, you let him come to you, right?
Okay.
And so I'm crushing on him by now, and I didn't realize it. What happened was we were walking to the club. Deja, what was it?
Wait a minute.
Africa Deja Love.
Jesus
We call it the
girl.
sweat
Was
box.
walking
With her
to the club.
Jesus shirt on.
With her Jesus
Hallelujah.
shirt.
To
So
the
we're
club.
walking to the club, and he was walking with a good friend who's a part of our friend circle. And yes, y'all, we were walking to the club.
Okay.
And I see him up there talking to our girl, our mutual friend, and I started feeling some kind of way.
Oh.
I was like, are they finna get together? I'm not liking that. Long story short, my roommate said, one of my friends is liking you. And what was your statement? Now, I need you to give your
I
statement.
got it right.
Okay.
I'm gonna get it right.
Because you've been
I've
telling
been
this story
practicing
for
this for
years.
years.
Okay.
2.5 decades. I've been telling
Tag
this
you in.
story. I hope it's Robin.
That's what
That
he
was my response. That was my response.
Really?
I
Yeah.
hope that's true because you've been
It
telling me
is
that
true.
for
It's true. It's true.
So,
Yeah, it's
and
true.
so he said,
That's
I hope
a long
it's
lie
Robin.
to hold if
That would
that
be
ain't
a
true.
long lie.
Okay,
And
all
so
right.
anyway, so we started talking then and just realized we were into, and what's so funny, I don't know if he's gonna remember this, Damien, but I could, outside of my window, I could look out of my dorm window and I could see his dorm window.
Yeah, it's a little bit stalkish, right?
No.
I'm just playing. Because I can see
You
in
gonna do
hers
that?
too.
You gonna do that?
No, just look at that.
And so,
Okay, bring the blinds down.
and so we would talk on the phone, like literally, I don't know what we'd be talking about. We'd be on the phone till
On
2
the dorm phones, because there wasn't any cell
There were no
phones.
cell
Did
phones.
not have
Right,
cell phones,
right.
didn't have air conditioning.
Yeah.
And we would be on the phone for hours and hours, and
Yeah,
it
that's
just
true.
blossomed
Oh,
from
wow.
there.
So a couple of points in the middle of that, which
Okay,
I
we got a
think-
few points.
Yeah, it's well, it is good. So she's accurate, right?
Oh,
She's
it's
accurate.
one story you're not allowed to tell.
What about me
The telephone.
losing the number?
Uh-huh,
That's a good one.
Okay,
So
go
one of
ahead.
our other girls, homegirls.
We ain't gonna say no
you know,
names.
No names. No names.
Okay.
We all know it. No. Just,
Okay.
So of course I'm 17 when I get on campus.
Okay.
So I'm 17. So I'm in heaven. Because it was what, like 13
13
women
to one.
To one.
To
So
one.
One male dorm, Brawley Hall, and all that. So, you know, I'm just having as much as I can, having fun. So her friend and
He
I
cleaned it up.
cleaned it up.
Almost,
it. Okay.
almost.
Our friend, who's our friend to this day, we talking, and I get her number. And I'm like, yeah. So, you know, of course, we back in the day, we like numbers. We get as many numbers.
Right.
So I get her
And you're
number.
getting the dorm
and
number.
I'm getting her dorm number.
Right.
Because there's no cell phone.
Exactly.
But between the stoop where I met Robin and when I get back to the dorm, my room, I lose the number. I'm like, dang. Well, I immediately meet Robin
Okay.
after that. And so to this day, I'm like, man.
It was meant to
tease
lose.
because
Somebody
this
else
is
could've
my
had the last name
girl.
May,
Like this
you
is
know?
my
Yeah.
girl. And so if they had kicked it or hooked up at all, he would have been off limits.
Off
for me.
limits.
And so I was every time she said, he lost that number.
Yes. I love
It's
it.
been 27 years.
Wow.
We met in 1993.
And it seems like it was yesterday because just watching you guys move.
it does.
And then, so when we first got here, so Greek life on Clark's campus in the 90s was off the Richter scale because this is all about the 90s. This is all about how we were just over the top in the 90s in Thayer Hall because we didn't have this building,
Yeah,
Thayer
we
Hall.
had This was a blue building.
This is
Remember?
exactly,
This was
yes.
a blue bookstore.
Yeah, the bookstore. I told somebody, nobody believed me. This was the
It was a blue-
bookstore.
yeah, we got our
This was
first
the
book.
bookstore here.
And literally, it was the corner.
It was the
Where we're
corner.
standing was the bookstore.
Was the bookstore. This right here.
Right here.
These three
So wait a
chairs.
minute, did they start building these before we left?
No, they tore it down and they started building this in right after the Olympics. Yeah. So we get ready for this Greek life. Of course, you know, I'm going to do Delta because that's what you're to do.
Yeah.
You know, and
Did you say yeah? You said yeah?
yeah, he did. He said, wait,
No, I'm thinking of the collective.
the collective we,
Okay.
right.
Get to-
So we all decided we're going to do this journey together. And what's ironic is that we all came in around at the same time. Like we literally were all going through that process together. So we got homecoming. This is our homecoming time, and we're not Greek. That felt a little different.
Yeah.
But lo and behold,
Yes.
we
coming.
get it. It's coming.
Tell me yes.
How did it feel to actually put on that shirt and walk into homecoming?
So let me tell
As a
you,
Greek.
it's so interesting for me, y'all, because I did 2 homecomings before I was able to do a homecoming Greek, right?
Right.
But those 2 homecomings, I was a cheerleader.
That's
that's
right.
So my
That's
homecoming experience, so I was a cheerleader at Clark Atlanta my freshman and sophomore year. And I want to say, my memory is so crazy. I want to say my junior year, but definitely my freshman and sophomore year. So homecoming experience
Yeah.
for me was always different
Yeah.
because we had to be
Right.
active. We had to, and a lot of times, homecoming has changed so much, but a lot of times we're not able to homecoming at the game
Right.
because we're cheering. And so, but I got to watch it from afar.
Right.
And so by the time I was able, see, this is so funny for me because Greek life was foreign for me. When I came to Clark, it was foreign. I didn't have anybody in my family. I was a part of a group, many of y'all don't know about the Zenos and Kudos, but I was a part of a group where I was exposed to AKA, but I didn't have anybody in my family. So when I tell you, when I came on Clark Atlanta's campus, and it felt like a different world. It
Right.
felt like,
Yes,
I
it did.
found my place. And so to go from being a cheerleader and being able to be on the yard in that pink and green, game changer.
Game changer. What was it for you?
Well, it was cool, so from, as Robin said, in school, I was hyped. So we were already hyped. Our homecomings was off the chain. Our first homecoming was really, really, it was new, it was fresh. I was 17, like I said, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. Like, this is the stuff
Right.
on TV. Like, this is
It's real
This
life.
is real life. Like,
Right.
people really do this.
Yeah.
Like, and so it was awesome. But the year that we became, so when we crossed, it was after homecoming. So we crossed in December. So
Right.
I had literally almost a full year
Right.
from being Greek into homecoming. By that point, I had settled in. I thought I was cool at that point, And so we would do things like, for us, we have a brotherhood sip where all of the
Right.
older and current brothers come together and we just hang out. And then we entered the game all together. And of course, as we are, we do things how we want to. We would enter into the side where it's not an entrance into it, but we
Exactly,
did an entrance,
right.
And we would literally step behind the cheerleaders over to where we were going.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was just.
But wait a minute,
it-
now
it
back
was- it was
now
awesome.
again, it changed for us because at one point homecoming was not inside the
Right. So yeah. So as we kind of bring it together and step in, yes, we actually were outside of the
Yeah.
the
We had
game
the
itself.
tailgate was
Exactly.
out on the
The
It was
tailgate
outside.
And
Exactly.
nobody ever went
Into the game.
We never
Yeah,
went into the
it's-
game.
Right. So we were all
That's because
outside.
we weren't winning
Yeah.
games.
So we could talk about Greek life all the time and
Yes.
all this black love at Clark Atlanta University, but as we know, homecoming is October. So we're trying to get everybody to understand what our homecoming life was like. So as we wrap this up, I just want to say thank you guys so much. We will come back and talk a little bit more about our homecoming life here at Clark Atlanta and all the Greekness that we have. Thank you guys so much for joining us. So Kim, when you walked on campus as a freshman, what was the first thing someone asked you?
Where are you from?
I said Memphis. What did you say?
Cleveland.
So Memphis raised me, but CAU made me.
And Cleveland raised me, but CAU made me.
You can actually rep your city and your school all at the same time on one shirt.
Order your shirts today by clicking on the link below.
We got them for men too.
Men too.
Yeah,
we got you.
Glitter or no glitter. Get your shirt.